Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Adam and this is Adam FPL. Welcome to the Game Week 8 Wildcard Special Preview. I'll start off very quickly. Game Week 7 feels like an age ago. 71 points looking, okay. Very small green arrow. I'm at 2.5 million now. I've decided to pull the wildcard button. I feel like it's time. I think one big factor into me pulling it is that in game week 15 we're going to get 5 free transfers anyway, so I'm thinking let's attack now. We're going to get 5 free transfers for the AFCON anyway, so I think there's not as much a gap in terms of trying to make them gains. So I've thought let's pull the trigger, let's go for it, let's do it, and let's start off. I'll show you what sort of draft I'm going to be looking at. So let's start off with, the first thing I always look at is what players are going to be the essentials. What players do I want in my team straight away? First player that comes straight into my head is Erling Haaland. I think that's a no-brainer pick, to be honest. So, he's the player that I'm going to build it around. The other option is Salah. I think Salah's been a bit off form this season. He's got United at home this week, but I think in the long run, it looks like Haaland's a better pick at the moment. Obviously, that could change. Now I need a premium midfielder. The reason why I need a premium is if I ever need to go back to Salah, or if when Cole Palmer gets fit again, I might need him. So who's currently the best premium midfielder in the game at the moment? I think probably Saka coming back. They've got good fixtures. I've also looked at potentially Eze as well, but I do like the look of Bukayo Saka, so let's put him in there. Like that. So yeah, Haaland and Saka are going to be the players I'm going to build around. Again, I just like these fixtures. I think Fulham away, Palace at home, not the best, but then Burnley and Sunderland followed by Spurs at home. I think that's a good decent run there, on penalties as well by the looks of it. You might be asking, why am I not going for Gyökeres? Again, I think probably one of the main issues I have at the moment is with probably maybe not having penalties. Don't think he's settled in yet. I think it's going to take a bit of time, but I'm sure he'd be an option later on in the season. Then with Arsenal's good fixtures, what other players am I looking at? So there's 2 players that I'm liking. So it's going to be 2 Arsenal defenders, because Arsenal have got the best defensive record in the league. Gabriel is going to be one, and the second one I like is Timber. I think he's very attacking, looks really, really good this year. And I think he has a goal in him, so I'm very happy with them. So they're going to be my Arsenal picks. So we've got the 3 Arsenal, we've got Erling Haaland. Then the form players, so Semenyo I think is a no-brainer. I've had him since about game week 2, game week 3. He's just been on hot form at the moment, and he's too good to pass up on. I know he's not got the best fixtures coming up, but I think this is a form of a fixtures case with Semenyo. Same thing with Senesi, seems to be getting defensive contribution points every single week. So again, happy with that. So where are we at the moment? So we've got Haaland, Semenyo, Saka, Timber, Gabriel, Senesi. Now for the goalkeepers. So there's, first of all, I'm going to go with Dubravka as a backup. The only 4 million playing goalkeeper. I think that's a no-brainer. I was thinking about a rotation, but then I looked and I thought Newcastle goalkeeper Pope, he's been really good this year. Very consistent, as you can see, with his points, gets save points as well. Newcastle defence is solid. I think at 5.1 he's worth that extra bit over the probably Robert Sanchez at this point for Chelsea. So they're going to be my goalkeepers in there. Then I'm looking at 2 cheap defenders. So straight away, one of the first players that I think of is Joe Rodon. He gets defensive contribution points. He's 4 million. He's cheap. And he's got some decent fixtures coming up as well. Can come off the bench if needs be. Then I need a 5th defender. So the 5th defender that I'm looking at, so we've got Timber, Gabriel, Senesi and Rodon, is a 4.51. Now I'm tossing up between Chris Richards from Palace. The thing I don't like is possibly there might be rotation there with the Europa League, or Anderson from Fulham. Now, if you look at his defensive contributions, he's getting them every single game, and he looks really good. 11 there, 10, 12, 15, 10, 15. That is very impressive. So I'm looking at Anderson. I think he's going to be a good option. No Europe, which I think is important if you want a rotational player. And I like that back 7, definitely. Now, in terms of the midfield, I'm left with 3 spots now. So this is where things get a bit interesting. So again, I've got 18 million to spare in terms of the options here. So, a few cheap options. There's Reindeers as an option. Ismail Assar. I do like Ismail Assar. I think Palace, I know they've not got the best short-term fixtures, Bournemouth, home, Arsenal away, but I just think he's an output merchant this year. He's already got 3 goals and an assist in 7 games, which is quite respectable at his price. Palace attack look really good, and I think he seems to be the one hugging the points off Mateta at the moment, so I do like him as an option. I think I need to go with a cheap midfielder as a backup. So which cheap midfielders are we looking at? So in terms of the cheap midfielders, my personal favourite, and I think this might just be a bias, is Kieran Cheesebury Hall. I just love him. He's just a top player. He gets in good positions. He's a number 10 for Everton, who look decent in attack this year. I think at 5 million, you can't expect too much, but he'll be a good bench option. So very happy with him. Xhaka's another one as a potential option. Statch as well from Leeds. I think Dewsbury Hall is just the best option at that price on a couple of set pieces as well. In terms of the forwards, I've got 2 forward spots left. João Pedro's done it for me this year. I know he's been slacking recently, but I just think with these fixtures coming up, Forest away, which is a good fixture now, Sunderland home, good fixture, Tottenham away, good fixture, Wolves home, good fixture, as in attacking wise, good fixture, Burnley away, good fixture as well. I think those are the best 5 fixtures in isolation coming up, which Chelsea have right now. Apart from Arsenal home, yeah, you can see in the long run, decent-ish fixtures. Then, yeah, of course, with Palmer unavailable at the moment, I'm looking at potentially another Chelsea midfielder. One option is maybe Kudus again for Tottenham. Decent-ish fixtures, but again, I just think Chelsea's are better. There's also Minty from Brighton. Again, decent option, but again, I just like Chelsea's fixtures again over this. I think these are decent-ish fixtures, but Minty, what's his output like? He's got 1 goal, 2 assists in 7 games. We don't know yet if he's an output merchant or not. But somebody we do know, Enzo Fernandez, 3 goals, 2 assists in 7 games. Looks decent. He's on penalties, I believe, if not João Pedro. And it looks like he's going to be playing the number 10. At the moment, he's a doubt, so he might not be in my team come the end of the wildcard week, but definitely an option. That leaves me 7.6 million to mess around with for a forward. So if you have a look here now, this is where I'm probably struggling a little bit in terms of that price, in terms of who I can go for. So we've got Jared Bowen, who I probably would have gone for, but unfortunately I'm 0.1 short there. Mateta, I think again, probably the best option from game week 10 onwards, but he's got Bournemouth and Arsenal. Do I want to double up on Palace with them fixtures? I don't know. Sesko is an option. I think that's fair to say. With Brighton, Forest. He plays Liverpool away this week. I could bench him. Got Brighton, then Forest, then Tottenham, then Everton. Again, no Europe, which is quite important. Voldemort, good option again. Newcastle's number 9. I think Wissa's going to be our long term now. He's done well so far. Brighton away is a toughish fixture. Fulham, West Ham, probably not the ideal fixtures. So yeah, that's where I'm struggling at the moment. I'm thinking I could even just go for a cheap forward like a Dominic Calvert-Lewin, who I think is the best option at 5.5. Looks really good so far. Got some good fixtures coming up. That gives me 2.1 to mess around with. So I could even do something like that maybe. Start off with Calvert-Lewin. He's got Burnley, West Ham, Brighton, Nottingham Forest, Villa. Those are good fixtures. And then we can use that 2 million as flexible cash if we need it. I think that's what I'm leaning towards doing. Alternatively, I could upgrade one of my midfielders, but when I look at the options, premium midfielders, if we go by price here, so we've got, so at that price tag, we can afford probably Bruno's out of price range. Wirtz has been crap, Foden's been crap, Mbumo, decent option. Do I trust United? Probably not. Eze, I've already got 3 Arsenal. Gakpo could be an option. Claire Balding has been okay. Gibbs White, just not the best midfielders. So yeah, I'm thinking someone like this is going to be the play. I'm going to go with a 3-4-3. So it'll be double Arsenal defence, probably Rodon. 4 in midfield. I'll bench Dewsbury Hall. And then my front 3 will be that. I like Calvert-Lewin. I just think as a budget forward, Looks really good, and I can also bench boost in 9 with him as well if he's got West Ham at home, so that's an option as well potentially. So I'm leaning towards that. Whether I do it or not is a different question. But yeah, this is the draft at the moment, and my battery's running low, so that's my cue to go. But yeah, this has been Adam FPL. Let me know what you think. Until next time, peace.